That last one was so fucking hard. I wasn't able to do a whole episode. It was too long.
Yeah? How many minutes did you get in?
Like 20.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Was it a lot of shit? Was it
fine.
easy to chop a lot? We did an hour?
Yeah. But, I mean, I didn't have the last half because,
Because of your communism?
yeah.
All right.
I got 2 more days.
Oh, yeah.
2 more days of not drinking, dude, and I'm fucking...
You can't wait to get back on that wagon or get off that wagon.
I cannot wait, dude.
You're gonna
I was
use your parachuting skills to jump off that thing. You're gonna tuck and roll, make sure your knees don't
Dude,
get hurt.
I'm so ready to get fucked up. Not even that, man. It's just like I definitely want to get drunk. You know, I want to drink,
Yeah.
get stupid.
What are you looking forward to more, a beer or the shot? Because I know you like whiskey.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna dive head first in like that with whiskey.
Oh, whiskey.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I was talking to Mike, right?
Yeah.
I went. We were walking back from the store to his place.
Yeah.
And I was telling him like I was 3 weeks in,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, dude, I can't wait to get drunk and just get fucking obliterated as soon as I'm done with these 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, why'd you stop drinking for 30 days? I was like, I just want to know that, I don't have a problem. Because you're trying to stop drinking for 30 days to find out that you don't have a problem. But all you can talk about is how much you're going to drink when you're done with it.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
Yeah, it might be a problem.
Hey, dude, but 30 days is 30 days.
Dude, I look at it the different. I have a different. Like my last day is the 18th, which is a Friday.
Yeah.
And my whole thing is always like, all right, well, if I drink, I'm gonna get fucked up really easily.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like, what am I giving up by drinking? Like, what? I mean, there's got to be some benefit to me sober. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's tons of benefits, dude. I don't care for most of them. Fucking clarity of mind, all that shit.
Yeah. Health, good quality of sleep.
Yeah, that doesn't...
Restful
Quality
weekends.
sleep, dude. I just realized I'm probably an insomniac. Like, I can't fucking sleep. I thought drinking was what was, like, preventing me from going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just because I'm a fucking asshole, and instead of going to bed, I'm like, let's do a podcast or watch a movie or something.
Well, it's good to hear you finally say it.
Yeah. Oh, my God, dude. I know one day I'm definitely going to have to stop drinking.
When do you, because it's going to be a health issue or?
Probably.
Yeah.
Like in my 60s. I'm going to be like, all right. I probably won't be out at night.
Uh-huh.
Unless it's for, like, comedy.
Yeah. I can respect that.
Yeah, but if I could just stay in sober. Dude, look at my energy right now. I'm like, I guess we're here. Right? Or before I'd be like, we're going to do the podcast. I got some beer.
Yeah, I know.
Get high.
Yeah.
Like a fucking idiot. Right now, I'm just like, all right, let's get through this Wednesday.
Let's just shovel this shit out.
I just want to go to bed and wake up Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
And get drunk before 12.
I tell you, like, the drinking on the weekends was fucking up my Mondays, and that's why for a while I was only drinking on Friday.
The whole weekend it would ruin?
I'd come home on Friday just because I'm so used to getting up at a certain time that even if I come home at 2:00 in the morning on a Friday, I'm not going to sleep in past like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be a little sleep deprived, and it's still going to be in my system. And then if I go out again and I stay out even later and want to go to church in the morning or get up or do anything,
you're not going to be able to wake up?
I will wake up and I'll go through it, but I just won't be at 100%.
Now you got 2 days of not good sleep.
Not good sleep, and then I got to go into work on Monday. And work on Monday, it's like game time. Like, yeah, we're here to work. You know?
Yeah.
And
it's very mature of you.
Yeah, I'm getting old. Monday is the only day of the week that 1, I shave, and 2, I'll wear like something other than jeans. Like I'll wear khakis. Or
Mondays?
Mondays. I come to work on Mondays. I come to work like I try to put my best foot forward on Mondays. 'Cause I know most people hate Mondays. Like, oh, the Mondays. I try to just hit it in the fucking face. Like,
Jesus.
You know, like wear a nice collared shirt. Make sure everything's looking like I'm clean shaved. Make sure my hair's right. Everything. Wednesday, baseball hat, t-shirt. I don't give a shit.
Yeah?
You know? Yeah. But Mondays, I try to come in ready.
So it's not a rule that you got to go in dressed nicely.
No. I have to blend in, really.
Yeah.
And I work with a bunch of fucking millennials who work in advertising. So.
You're not a millennial?
No. God,
that's
no.
right.
I'm an Xer.
Really?
One of the last little fucking generation Xers.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
How do you think millennials are faring out? I mean, obviously you don't.
I think a lot of them can use a beating.
It's true.
When I remember I read an article about 5 years ago, and it said like they did some kind of experiment on a campus, or they had a questionnaire. It's like if you saw someone getting beat up, would you step in? They asked kids on a college campus, would you step in to stop it? And the majority said no. Mm-hmm. And then the other question was like, if you saw someone beating a dog, would you step in to stop it? And they like 100% said yes.
Really?
And the way I interpret it is that like not enough of these kids have been bitten by a dog or have had their ass kicked.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Because there could be a reason why someone's beating a dog. The dog could be a vicious animal. It could be,
Could be. I'm trying to check these fucking levels. All right. That is pretty weird because I wouldn't stop for either one of those things.
I saw a guy beating a dog.
Yeah, that's pretty much I mean, I'd be like fucked up about it. I'd be like, man, it's fucked up that guy beat up that dog, but
yeah,
I got places to be, man. Not really, but I'm not gonna. Dude, if that guy's hitting a dog,
yeah, imagine what he's gonna do to you.
Yeah, he's hitting a thing that could bite his fucking hand off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he gives a shit about.
But it just showed me how much empathy people had for other human beings. They had more empathy for a dog than something like than another human being. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, but I totally understand it, man. I mean, I don't understand stopping to help a dog, but I totally understand not getting involved with somebody getting their ass kicked.
I guess it's easier.
Unless it's somebody of your own race. Then
I guess it's easier to assume the person beating the dog is evil. You know what I mean? It's easier to assume that. Because you're like, what could that dog have possibly done? I don't know.
Yeah.
Bit his kid, or
when there's a million. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, that's a stupid fucking scenario.
What?
Of somebody just walking on their way to work, they just see somebody hitting a dog on the fucking side of the street,
and then they decide to get involved.
That shit is done privately in your house or in your backyard. You beat
in
the fuck
basement.
out of your dog. Yeah. You don't just sit out in the street and just start whipping a fucking dog. I'm calling bullshit on that fucking.
Well, it was a questionnaire. I mean, it wasn't like you're trying to engage the student body's empathy or something like that.
Yeah, but I think it's got to be more realistic, man. They didn't put enough thought into that.
Yeah, but I don't think they actually ran a real experiment either, where they were beating a dog to see how many people came to stop them. You know what I mean?
They did. No. Inside the mind of a person reading that thing, they run the scenario where they go, and they're watching it. They're watching it happen right in front of them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously nobody gives a shit, but
it's true. People love dogs, though. People love dogs.
Anyway, on behalf of all millennials, I just say it ain't that bad. Technically, I'm a millennial.
You are.
I think the definition is somebody that came into adulthood at the turn of the century.
Well, I think it's an age. I think it's like when you were born.
Yeah, I think I might be the last year that's allowed. I'm 84.
You're probably one of the first. I think I'm 79. So I'm one of the last Generation Xers. I think 81's 81 might be the last of the Xers. And then up to 98 is millennials, maybe 2000.
Yeah.
It's like a good 20. I think it's a good 20-year span. Like the boomers is from 40 to 60s. You know? And before that is the silent generation.
I'm not going to lie to you. All I can think about right now is drinking. I was thinking
I can't wait till Hans Kim comes back to New York.
All right, he's bringing back some goodies.
Yeah.
From the West Coast.
Yeah.
Some partaking goodies.
Yeah. Like the Shangri-La.
He's gonna bring you gummies.
Yeah. I wonder how many.
You should have asked him. Be like,
I tried. You know how he is. Maybe he's different with you, but it's one answer. I'm surprised he even texted me that. He's like, I got you gummies. And then I was like, really? Good strong stuff? What's going on? Get more. I'll fucking Venmo you the money. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's like it's like when I was a kid and somebody was like in like Chinatown or something, or like in down south, like, yeah, get fireworks, man. Here, fucking buy whatever.
I should have. He asked me too, like, but by that time he had just. I had asked him if he was able to bring the shit from Boston, and he was like, "Nah, man, sorry, but I'm going to
SF,
yeah, San Francisco. You want me to bring you back something?" And I was like, "No."
Why'd you say no?
Because I was mad.
What were you mad about? You're mad.
That he didn't bring me my fucking weed.
He didn't bring me anything either. Like, you just
I know.
You just got mad about that? That's a stupid.
No, I already had weed. I had bought weed that actually I had bought weed that night before. So when he told me, I was like, "Nah, dude, I'm good." And then when I ran out, I was like, "Fuck, I should have asked him." I'm trying not to get too crazy on the weed either, man. That's not good.
Yeah, that's my that's
except at night. At night, man, I'll fucking puff all day. Wait, that doesn't make any fucking sense. At night, I'll puff all day. Clearly under the influence right now.
I think that could be the next step for me is like cutting that out. See, that's what I think about. It's like,
stop cutting shit out of your life, dude. You already cut off too much. You cut off happiness. You cut off drinking.
Dude,
too deep, man.
Dude, happiness is well, anyway, the drinking. Remember, I talked to you about this last night. The drinking makes me think I'm happy.
It makes you think you're happy?
Yeah, it like tricks me into thinking I'm happy.
I
don't think I'm really happy when I'm...
Don't lean too far back, man. You're going
I'm
to
sorry.
the frame.
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen.
Actually, you can lean back, just the position of the chair.
Yeah. All right. But yeah. But I want to get hard. I want to be a hard-ass motherfucker. Like a robot. I wish I could be a robot.
How does that make you hard, depriving yourself of like
because we're soft. Because we're too soft as it is. You know? We got the best society in the world, right?
Dude, you're like starving yourself every 3 days. What are you talking about? That's not hard. It's just like making life unnecessarily complicated.
Yeah. I don't know.
And by the way, fasting is starving. You're starving yourself.
What is the difference? No, you can't. No, I heard this. You can't technically starve until you deplete your body fat. That's starvation. Once you deplete your natural storage, then you're in starvation.
Pat, you almost passed out on the train.
That's because my blood sugar.
What the fuck are you talking about? That's your body going, I'm starving.
That was my blood sugar.
Please
my blood sugar
me.
was low. That's all.
Nah, I'm sure it was your blood sugar. Had nothing to do with 3 days of not eating.
Dude, I've done 4 days. It was just like I had to go to work. I've never done it before and had to like work a 9 to 5
and
job.
You're 93 now. You can't be fucking starving yourself for 4 days.
You know, one day you're
3 days.
93 and you're actually going to look 103 because your fucked up knees.
How are my knees going to affect the way my face looks?
I don't know.
That's just genetics, man. I'm just gonna look fucking. I'm gonna have a fat head. I could tell. I saw my dad's reflection on the subway one time.
When it was your own head?
Yeah, when I was like drunk going back from drinking. And it was like 1:30 in the morning. I'm just sitting there and like had my eyes kind of half closed, and I'm just drunk and high. And then I saw like, oh fuck! Like I actually opened my eyes. Like, is that my dad? I was like, oh shit, that's my face. You know, like my dad can drink, so his face is like big.
Is your dad he likes to drink?
He likes to drink, yes. I would have to say he likes to drink. Yeah.
Is he like you, like a beer and a chaser?
No, he's like really old school. He doesn't do shots.
Just beer?
Yeah. My sister on my niece's birthday, she gave him a couple of shots of Jack, and it knocked him out for like a good 5 hours out of the party, and then he got up and he joined us again, but
with beer.
Yeah.
What's he drinking? Is he a Budweiser kind of guy, or is he like?
He was a Bud Light.
Bud Light.
Bud Light. A lot of Mexicans like Bud Light from when they a lot of Mexicans from the South that come over from Mexico. It's a big Bud Light culture.
What is that? What's the story behind that?
I don't know, but if you look at a building,
yeah, you told me
that Mexicans are building, there was going to be beer bottles inside the. There's probably beer bottles in here if Mexicans built
No,
them.
Mexicans didn't build this. This was built by like Polish and Irish immigrants.
All right, well you're lucky then, because otherwise you'd be able to hear the rats rummaging through the bottles.
Yeah, there's not bottles in here. There's probably bodies.
No, wait, is it an Italian neighborhood?
No.
No,
No.
Irish. Oh, the
Mostly
Irish had a
Irish.
mafia too, right?
And the Polish.
And the
Everybody's
Polish.
got
Everybody's got their own
No.
version of it, right?
It's like European gypsies, man. That's all they are.
The only ones that are famous are the Italian
And the Jews.
and the Mexican mafia, but only because of how much drugs they flood into this country.
Well, the Jews had murder. The Jews had Murder Incorporated.
Was that their thing? I thought that was an
Yeah.
Italian thing.
No, that's the Jews.
Really? I
Yeah.
did not know that.
Yeah.
Who would have
Murder
thunk it, man?
Incorporated. Yeah.
Wow.
They were big in the 30s.
Yeah. Well, that's when they were boxing still.
The Jews?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
Jewish people were really good at boxing.
Dude, that's some fucking propaganda. That's some Israeli.
What are you talking about? Max Baer? I think Max Baer was Jewish.
The Bear? Like, are we getting into? This sounds like something right out of the Glorious Bastards.
A boxer?
Yeah. Never heard of him.
Maybe I think the name might have been from Inglourious Basterds, but there is a Jewish champion that was just beating people dead back in like the 30s and 20s.
You know who else is beating people dead? Was Jack Johnson. That's the only name I know from back then. And then of course
oh yeah, the
Italian-
black heavyweight.
And then the Italian, what's his name? Rocky Marciano.
Rocky Marciano, yeah.
Yeah. You know how he got it?
Got what?
You know how he died?
Rocky?
Yeah.
How?
Plane crash.
Really?
I think it was either a plane crash or a car crash. He got decapitated.
Ooh.
Ugh, right?
50-0, man. What a way to go.
That's one punch he couldn't take, huh?
50. Imagine beating up 50 dudes.
Hard.
Where it's like,
and not the way Mayweather did it either. Like just brawling.
yeah. Well, Mayweather was a defensive genius, but
Yeah.
In either case, beating 50 dudes, where the whole world agrees that you beat 50 dudes, that's fucking.
And people know those dudes like fucking De La Hoya.
Yeah.
Like De La Hoya's got to walk around with that for the rest of his life. And he talks so much jazz.
So much jazz? What the fuck
I
was
don't know.
that about?
I don't know where that came from. See what happens? This genetically, your body doesn't just change when you turn 40. Your vocabulary does too.
We can't do that. We can't do this sober anymore. It's a good thing. It's a good thing this is the last sober podcast.
Oh, I know.
You know what I realized? Going what is it? 28 days without drinking.
It's got to be less than 20. It's like 23, 27.
Who, me?
Yeah.
28 days.
So Wednesday midnight, you're free in the clear.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Tuesday midnight. Well, 12:01 Wednesday.
Yeah. You
I
start
can
drinking.
drink. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll wait till Wednesday night or I'm gonna.
You've never done this before,
do
though,
it up at 12.
right?
What?
You've never done this before, like done 30 days sober.
No, the most I've ever done is 3 weeks.
You're not nervous at all about having a drink after that?
No, why?
I don't know. I'm
Nervous. I'm nervous about lasting one more day sober. I might fucking kill somebody. That's what I'm nervous about. And I learned that you know what I thought? I was like, that means I could never be a fucking like a CIA agent or a special forces guy.
You don't have the discipline?
No, I think I could do it, but if I get caught, all I got to do is go 3 weeks without drinking, and all they got to wave is a 6-pack of Budweiser and some whiskey.
And right by the bell.
Yeah,
you just ring this bell. You can have a
dude,
beer.
I'll just be sitting there and be like,
fuck this.
bring
shit.
everybody around and bring a lunch because I'm gonna tell you guys everything that I know, and I'm gonna drink through the whole process.
Oh man, I'm a little bit apprehensive about having a drink after being sober.
Yeah, why?
Because I know it's gonna hit. You know, like when I went, I remember
That's the best part.
I was 3 months, almost about 2.5, maybe 3 months sober, and then I went on a date with a chick, and I didn't want to be the sober dude I didn't want to explain why I'm sober. You know, like or sound like I'm
After 3 months.
Yeah, and
whoa.
And I ordered a beer, an IPA, and then I had another one, and by the time the second one was done, I was fucking drunk. And thankfully the date ended early for whatever reason, and then I ran to the creek and I ran into you.
What do you mean the date ended early for some reason?
I don't remember. Who cares? It doesn't matter.
I think you remember, Pat.
I remember being okay with the date ending. I remember being okay with the date ending because within the first 8 minutes she mentioned she had a kid. I was like, all right, I'm done.
Oh yeah, you did tell me about that.
So I was like, all right, whatever.
See, that's another problem with you.
That's not a problem. That's not a problem. That's not a problem.
You ruled her out right away before even knowing more about her.
Yeah. Okay. If I think, and here's the thing, ladies. If you're on a date with a guy and in the first 8 minutes he goes like, "Yeah, I'm also an ex-con," it's okay for you to rule him out now.
All right. Yeah, you're right.
So
yes,
the pendulum swings both ways.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. But a lot of women would probably go.
That's something you got to tell me.
This is a red flag.
This is something you got to tell me before we go on the date. You know?
No. What?
Yeah.
How? Like, oh, you ready for Friday? Yeah. Also, by the way, I have a kid.
Well, it was a Tinder date, so you should put that in your Tinder profile. P.S. I have a kid.
You know what? You made your own bet in that. You were on a Tinder date. There goes.
Yeah, I know. Tinder's wasn't as fun. Like,
what do you mean it wasn't as fun?
I don't know. I'm too old for that shit. I don't even have an opinion
right,
on
but
it anymore.
when you were in your prime, when you were 52, I'm sure you ran through Tinder, didn't you?
Not run through it. I wouldn't say I run through it, but I had some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
that's
I think
so weird.
Like like a 3-week span, I had like 2 dates, and they weren't really dates as much as just hookups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. How did you first realize? Okay, I think this lady's DTF, and
well, I just thought that's what I mean. Tinder had been out for a while before I even got on it because I didn't have Facebook, and you needed to have Facebook to have Tinder.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And then I was like, fuck. And I was like, fine, I'll do it. I got, and then I just did it like maybe a month, and then I started going on dates. Well, just 2 or 3. I went on 3. One was like a nice Jewish girl who was like obviously looking for a relationship, and the other 2 were just DTF.
But I'm saying, how did you find out into the date that you're like, I don't think we have to like be out any longer anymore?
Oh, well, that's always like, play it by ear kind of thing,
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's not like I'm wearing a watch and like it beeps. I'm like, okay, now give me your hand. We're going back to my place. No, it's been 45 minutes. I've listened to every story you had to tell. That's it.
But I'm saying, like for example, the last one that you had that was like that. What gave you the signal? We're like, I think we can get our tab. I think we can close out.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Are you like you go by a feeling?
Yeah. Well, first of all, like, how many more drinks can we have? I mean, this place is like, we're gonna want to take this to the next level or not? And
you don't mean movies by that.
Yeah, exactly. And I usually make out at the bar. I usually make a move in the bar, and if that gets shut down, then like, all right, well, then she shut me down in a public place. Fine. There you go. All right. Well,
yeah.
It was nice meeting you. Good night. But if she doesn't shut me down, then you just try to go to the next level, and then you level to the next level, and then, hey, boom. It's,
Interesting.
It's like baseball. You get on base, and then you try to steal second.
So when did you first realize you were emotionally unavailable?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I always kind of knew, honestly.
When a girl cried in front of you and you were
like,
what's
my
wrong?
God, I've heard that. Yeah, I've had girls cry in front of me and tell me they love me. And
what? What did you do, Pat?
I tried not to say things that were funny and sarcastic.
You don't know how to deal with that.
Not really. There are always weird situations. Like, you can't. How do you react to a girl telling you she loves you if you know she has a boyfriend?
Oh shit!
How do you handle that?
You were in the thick of it, huh? You were out there fucking earning stripes, man.
Yeah.
God damn.
What do you do? Do you say that? But you have a boyfriend?
Yeah, you would be an adult about it.
Throw that in their face. How do you love me if you have a boyfriend?
No, but you can't ignore that. You gotta say that.
No, I didn't. I mean, you're right. I definitely probably brought it up, but like at the same time, I was like, how serious am I going to take a relationship with a woman who has a boyfriend in the first place?
Oh, yeah, that's true. You did it to him. What's to stop you from doing it to me?
Yeah.
Fair enough, but I don't know where you...
It's not cut and dry, you know what I mean?
Where are you finding these scumbags? Besides Tinder?
You're so mean.
I'm just playing. It's not like I mean, I've never done that, but it's not like it doesn't happen.
It does happen. It happens more often than not.
Oh, see, that's a very bleak outlook. You thinking it happens more often than not?
Well, I'm not going to say it's like all the time. I'm not saying it's a rule, but it's not it's not surprising. It's surprising if you know the person and you gauge their character, but people slip. That's why I'm really forgiving. I think that's I think I'm becoming
obviously more, not.
I think I'm becoming.
This girl told you she loves you, and you were like, "Bitch."
I never said that. I never said bitch.
Ask your boyfriend how my dick tastes first.
Oh, I remember that the first time that happened. You know what happened?
Disgusting, dude.
It started happening in college. The first girls were all like, well, it was high school boyfriend, and then it was like boyfriend, and then, yeah, some girls with boyfriends just like me.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is? You just seem like a...
I think because when they have a boyfriend, I don't really give them the attention, or I don't hit on them, maybe. You know what I mean? I'm just being as opposed to being like, when you like a girl, you're like, hey, what's going on? Hey, you want to like maybe get coffee sometime?
So it's like when it comes to relationships, you're like Phillip Rivers. You
like
fucking
in the
kill it in the regular season, and then when everything is on the line, you just fold.
Just giving it away.
You can be yourself around a woman that you're not even trying to get.
Yeah.
But if you really liked her...
Oh, I'd blow it. Become the Jets.
Oh, that's great. That's fucking wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. It's good to see, bring you down a peg.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. I don't know how I feel about it.
So what about lately, man?
Lately, now I just don't care anymore.
You don't even rummage through bars anymore?
I don't want to do that
like
anymore.
A dirty drawer?
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
There's some scissors in here.
I definitely don't want to do that. Like, the temptation is there. I'm a horn dog. I can't deny that, but I don't want to like I don't want to live that lifestyle anymore. As the video clip you put together last.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about that all day too. I was like, if I do get a girl, like how do I have a relationship with a woman and not commit sin and go to church? Like,
what do you mean not commit sin?
Like, I was trying to figure it out. Like, because like if I have a girlfriend, I can't imagine myself having a girlfriend with a girl I don't imagine there's too many women in New York who are actually going to church on Sundays.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I don't see them at church on Sundays. I see nothing but old people.
You
at
mean
church
women that you would?
Yeah, I would date women I would find attractive. I don't imagine too many of them are going to church on Sundays. And if they are going to church, it's probably because it's a holiday or their friends getting married or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody's like that, dude.
You don't think? What do you mean?
I don't think there are any women in any religion that, except maybe Muslim women, but I don't think any other religion they don't really
practice.
They don't practice it like on the level that you're thinking that you would have to find somebody. Dude, I honestly think if you found a nice girl and she's like, actually, I'm an atheist, and she cared about you, you'd be like, all right, well, I'm going to church.
I think most girls are. I think most people are atheists.
I don't think so.
You think a lot of people are believers? Think it's 50-50? I think.
Because atheists, you're basically saying, I don't believe there's any God. But I don't think that...
You mean agnostic?
Yeah, I think most people...
Agnostic's I don't know how I feel about agnostic. It's like...
Agnostic?
Or whatever it is.
Agnostic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of a
it's like saying
agnostic.
It's like saying you believe in aliens, but you don't really like look for them or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I believe in Bigfoot. Of course I believe in Bigfoot.
No,
but you don't give it any real thought or any like...
That's very wrong. Because agnostic doesn't mean I believe in God, but I don't go to church. It means I don't know. And on some level, I kind of don't care.
So yeah, you're basically you're closer to atheism if you're saying you don't care either, right?
No, why is that?
Do you think atheists care
enough to say that they're atheists and they don't believe in it?
Well, atheists, they don't just say they don't believe; they say it doesn't exist, right? I want to like clarify this. So like an atheist says God doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Period. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
An agnostic
any kind of God.
So yeah, anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's just life is just a random thing, whatever.
Yeah.
Agnostic thinks there could be a God, but they're not going to really look into it. Is that what you're saying?
I I think
they're open to the
a
possibility.
more solid thing is I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a more solid stance that an agnostic would take.
So they're like an independent voter.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so they can be swayed either way.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I was getting back to my original point is like, how am I going to be in a relationship with a girl and then be like, hey, babe, I know we're having a good time this Saturday night, but I can't have sex with you because I could go to church in the morning and, you know.
Have you thought about showering afterwards?
Dude, you can't. It's not just the physical thing. It's like you can't take communion if you commit an immortal sin without going to confession first.
Well, pop into that confessional.
So I go out Saturday night with my girl. We have sex.
Yeah.
And then I go to and then I go to mass, and sometimes they're usually not confession on Sundays.
All right. Well, where the fuck does it say in Catholicism that you're not allowed to fucking go in there? Do you
can't take communion.
First
you can't
of all,
take communion.
Do you honestly think that the married couples in there
they're
are scheduling
Catholic.
their fucking
around
going to church?
If they're married, they can do whatever they want, but as long as they're trying to have kids.
Even that's so stupid.
I know. I'm not saying it's smart.
I'm just saying.
I'm not defending it.
Not
I'm just
all
saying
of them are married.
rules.
Though. Not all Catholics are married.
I understand that,
but some of them cheat on their wives.
Dude, my parents are divorced. I totally know that.
So it's like you can't be having sex with a girlfriend that you love and then go to church the next day and be like, I committed a mortal sin. But this other asshole that's cheating on his wife, he goes to confession and he gets to have communion?
Yeah, as long as you go to confession.
How is that? How is the confession?
Because it absolves you from your sins. You can't receive communion unless you confess your sins.
So
first.
if you don't confess,
and if you commit, like we all commit sins, but there's different levels of sins too. You know, there's like
but you're basically saying that cheating on your wife is not as bad as having sex with your girlfriend.
No, it is as bad. It's
not if you go to confession.
Yeah, you get absolved of your sins.
Yeah, you think
what I'm saying is how do I manage to tell, what I'm getting back to is like this. How do I get in a relationship with a girl and be like, how do I not come off like a crazy fucking lunatic and be like, listen, I'm really digging this relationship, but I gotta tell you, I take my faith really seriously, and so we can't have sex tonight. And like, if she's not on that level with me, I can't imagine there being too many girls who are on that level with me. In terms of like, who want to follow play by the rules of like Christian Catholicism.
Sure, and the easy remedy to that
is just bring myself into damnation.
Not do goofy fucking things like, I didn't talk to this fucking dude, so I guess my dick's dirty. I don't think it's healthy to put yourself in a. Dude, I'm telling you, from somebody that was brought up
I know you
Christian.
Yeah.
More people than you think are not following the rules.
No, I'm not saying it's not, but it's not. I'm not. Here's the thing, right? That's the thing about corruption, and I think this gets back to like This kind of gets back to like Jordan Peterson's whole thing, like clean your fucking room. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Don't worry about what other people are doing. You know?
Sure.
Don't worry about it. Oh well, they're breaking the rules, so I get to break the rules too. It's like. People, I work in an open office, so I work in a very liberal media, millennial. We love the environment. We hate Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't really need a service dog, but I know if I get a service dog, if I lie about needing a service dog, I can bring my doggy to work, which is breaking the rules. But at the same time, you're gonna bitch and moan about when people above you break the rules. You know what I mean? And it almost gets back to that Gandhi things. Like in the beginning, I tried to change the world and I couldn't, and then I tried to change my family and my friends and I couldn't, and then I started to change myself, and then I found when I changed, everything else changed around me. You know what I mean? People need to just focus on themselves. I can't worry about my neighbor being like not following the rules of Catholicism. It's about me and my relationship to God. Wow, this is getting too deep.
What are you talking about? It's not getting too deep.
I don't like it.
In fact, I gotta fucking.
You gotta pee?
No, I gotta
change the battery.
No, turn it on.
This is how we lose. This is how we lose viewership right here. Getting into religion. We can talk politics all day.
Getting into religion. We're not losing anybody getting into religion. Right. And if we lose them, good. Get the fuck out of here.
Because nobody's
stopping
happy.
by to say a mean comment. Go fuck yourself. You don't think I have feelings?
Yeah.
Fucking people saying fucked up shit about me.
What's the? Oh yeah, you've told me some of them. They're pretty bad.
What? Oh, the
But
people have said about me?
like the laugh track.
Oh yeah, that I had a laugh track.
That's the perfect troll. Like they thought about that. Like, how do you hurt a comedian? I got it.
No, I think the most hurtful thing was like when somebody said, "Yeah, he stole all that from Gabriel Iglesias." I was like, "What?" Well, it was hurtful because I'd never seen him before.
You never never seen him before?
Actually, that's not true. I have seen him one time live. Because I was headlining the River Center Comedy Club. Rest in peace. They tore it down already. But it was like a Wednesday or Thursday, and there's like 18 people in the crowd, and they're scattered, dude. And I'm just like, well, this is what a low level headliner does. He does rooms full of 18 people on a Thursday.
Yeah, this is the job.
Yeah, and I'm getting the host is on. Then it's gonna be the feature was on the middle, and this guy I know, Rick Gutierrez. He's a friend of mine, and he tours with Gabriel, and he walked in, and he's like, "Hey man, Gabriel's coming. And he might want to do a spot. Is that cool?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, of course." So the feature gets done, and Gabriel Iglesias walks in, right? And I had already said hi to him. I was just like, "Hey, what's up, man?" Blah, blah, blah. And my friend who is hosting, he announces it. He's like, "We have a special guest, Gabriel Iglesias," right? And you could hear there's 18 people, and you immediately hear somebody go, "No fucking way," right? And Gabriel walks down the middle of the fucking aisle and walks right on stage, and people lose their fucking minds. Dude. It's only 18 people where they're like, "Oh my god!" Like 3 couples stand up and start clapping, and I'm just sitting there like, "Fuck, dude," because I gotta go on after this shit, you know. And he goes on, and to his credit, man, he was not an asshole. He didn't go up there and just rip the stage with his A material, you know, because that could have been pretty bad for me, you know.
Yeah.
Because he did like 15 minutes, and it was all stuff like he was just working on things, you know, like he was working on ideas, and he talks a little bit about San Antonio and the crowd and shit, and people are fucking going bananas, dude. And I could tell that he's working on stuff because it's not as sharp as his A material. He's just trying to work out the jokes.
Well, that's a real treat for them, though, right?
Yeah, but it's such a big treat for everybody to see this like superstar just walk in and start, you know, fucking around, and he's killing, you know.
You just gotta think, like, the average comedian, like the average fan of comedy, or the average person who goes to a comedy club is like going there like, "Hey, I've never done this before. You know, let's break it up." And they look at the lineup and they look at like, "I've seen on this. I've never seen this guy on this." And like, "I've never seen this guy on this. I don't even watch that channel." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you hear this name, you're like, "Oh, I fucking know that." He's like a famous person. He's like,
well, you don't even be a fan of comedy. You just know that guy,
Yeah.
and you know that he's beloved and he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how it was, man. Like he was doing great, like in front of them, and then he got off stage, but see the thing, I saw him doing that stuff, but I wasn't even like paying attention to what he was like. Like I said, I could, like every once in a while I would stop to hear what he was saying, and I could tell that he was working on stuff, but I couldn't even pay attention. Like I couldn't tell you what the fuck he was talking about, because I was so in my fucking head to like, I gotta go on after Gabriel Iglesias, and he's killing without even fucking, you know, working his aim material.
I can't even imagine what you were like before that.
And
I know what you're like before you up. I know what you're like before and after you up at Dangerfields.
Oh yeah,
I can't imagine.
Oh dude, I'm already a mess. If I'm going up at an open mic,
yeah, I know,
I'm an emotional mess. Like,
yeah,
I'm fucking like I'm getting anxiety and my heart's like in my throat.
Dude, it's so noticeable. It's so like you give off a totally different like persona vibe. It's like you.
Yeah.
It's
like I definitely walk off stage a lot lighter once it's over.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part.
You're still kind of decompressing. It takes like, because I left Dangersfields with you, and I know it takes like, you got to get, first of all, you're not normal until like you at least get back to the creek and have at least one beer.
Yeah. I think, well, yeah, you're definitely amped up from. To me, it feels like a high wire fucking act. You know, because it's like. It just my self-esteem is riding on this whole fucking thing. You know, like it's
Yeah,
not
I know
even
exactly what you mean.
and it feels terrible when you don't do well. And when you do well, you're so fucking pumped full of like adrenaline that it definitely changes you. But yeah, that time I was sitting there and I was going over my notes, and I was working on new shit too, so I had to scrap all my new material. And I was like, fuck it, dude. I got to go in guns blazing.
Because you got to follow this dude.
Yeah, because I got to follow this dude. So I already had...
Did that add pressure? Because, like, I would almost be afraid because, like, this is my good stuff. And it better bring it. And if it does... It's almost like you're risking more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, on some level, you kind of are. Because now if that falls flat, you're like, I have nowhere else to go.
Nowhere else to go.
Yeah. But I definitely do remember getting that feeling like, oh shit, I was gonna. And usually I put new material closer to the front to see if it's really that good. But that time I was like, okay, I'm not doing that shit, and I'm just hearing the people laugh. I'm like, definitely not doing this new shit. And I just like I'm just going through my notebook and like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna have to bring out all fucking. I just fucking hack relationship my way out of that fucking ordeal, dude. That's where I started off.
Did you pick anything up from watching him? Did you like, oh, that's like seeing him work? Did you ever like watch him?
No, dude. I was too fucking nervous to even pay attention.
Yeah.
You know, like all I could tell was the pacing that he was going at, and the laughs that he was getting. So after 9 years, well, no, at the time it was like what 7, but after 7 years, I was able to tell like I could tell how somebody sounds when they're working on new stuff, and especially if they're known for having a high pace, and you hear the pop and then pop and then pop, and that's like super polished. But in this one, he was like he would talk a little bit, maybe talk about the town, and then he would say a little joke, blah blah blah, and it gets whatever response, and then he might say something about the day or what's going on right now. And it's a lot more. You could tell he's working it out, just by the pacing that he's going by. But more than anything, dude, the whole time I was just thinking like, "Fuck, dude, I'm about to bomb." Fucking Gabriel Iglesias is gonna see it, which he didn't. He fucking left. He left immediately after that. Like when I got on stage, I could see him exiting the main room.
Yeah,
and it kind of took a little bit of pressure off.
Yeah.
And I fucking ripped it, dude. But just out of nervousness because I was so fucking...
It might have helped you because it could have brought the energy up. You know what I mean? Did. And then you just ride it out, like, you know?
Sure, yeah. He definitely did. People they felt happy. Yeah. So you can't go wrong with that. I mean, it was kind of like up to me to... Now that I think back at it, it was kind of up to me to fuck it up by going like, hey, fuck that guy, right? You know, like that would have been the only thing that would have ruined it because they were so nice and they got a nice little treat. But yeah, I actually, now that I think about it, I have seen Gabriel Iglesias, but outside of that, I never watched the specials or nothing.
Yeah.
And it's always the bad comments that you remember, and I was like, fuck, you know. I remember a lot of people wrote all this cool shit and nice things.
You know, I couldn't help myself but reply to that girl.
What girl?
The girl who wrote. Oh my God, he said something so racist already. I couldn't help it. I had to reply.
Oh my God, what did you put?
I was like, you know where Raul was born, right? And you know what those people are called. That's all I said.
Just not even
just
like
logically.
Not even. But I'm not saying not even a tactful, peaceful like, hey, you know we're friends, right?
No,
First of all, you
dumb bitch.
It's like Jesus, dude.
You come swinging at me.
That's what the tone of that sounds like. And I haven't even read it.
You come
probably never will.
Me. Call me you can't call me a racist. You can't call a white man a racist in today, especially on the internet in today's day and age, and not expect them to come at you. Listen. You call any white man a racist in America right now, you should expect a fight. I think that's
no. Yes. That's actually the opposite.
I think that no. I think racist is the white man's N-word. You can't call me that without me coming out being like, yo, outside, motherfucker. Call me a racist. What'd you say? You can't use that. You know, what'd you call me?
Well, interesting. What's another example of somebody using the N-word as an example for something they can't? Fredo?
Fredo?
What is that
You
guy?
call me Fredo? Fredo was stupid. Who you call Fredo?
Fredo. No, because that's what that dude said. He goes,
Yeah.
you can't say that about us Italians. That's like our N-word. You know?
Yeah.
It's like,
Not really.
Not really, bro.
There's a lot of Fredos out there.
But it's like that famous Mulaney joke, where it's like, if you're trying to compare one word to another one as far as hurtfulness, and you're not even allowed to say one of them,
Yeah.
you're probably not doing a good comparison.
Yeah. Well, I think, you can fuck someone's life up now.
Oh, you definitely can.
I never heard anybody being like, yeah, you hear what happened to that guy? Yeah, someone called him the N-word, and his life's never been the same. You know?
What?
Well, it's a slur. You call someone a racial slur. Racial slurs don't hurt people. I mean, they hurt people emotionally, and bigotry hurts people. But calling someone a word doesn't, like, labeling them a word like a racial slur doesn't mean they don't get jobs or banned from clubs. But you get called a racist, you can be banned from the creek. You could be.
I like where this is going.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
I'm digging a hole.
Listen, if I was them, I wouldn't bitch about it as much as they do. You know,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, you call in today's world, if you call someone a racist, you get it's like the cancel culture. Racists get canceled. You call someone a Mick. That's not. Oh, that guy's a dirty Mick, or I'm gonna say that because I'm Irish American.
Sure.
That's a racist slur. A Mick. It doesn't ruin my life. You know what I mean? I'm still allowed to go out and like participate in society. You call me a racist, I'm pretty much excluded from a lot of society.
Yeah.
And it's easy to call a white man a racist right now, and then just cancel him. Those are fighting words,
right?
That's why. So if you're coming at me, we're like, I'm gonna cancel you. I'm gonna exclude you from the society. I'm not gonna idly. I'm not gonna abide. Those are fighting words.
Yeah, but I think in this case, it wasn't like. It might have been playful, to be honest.
I know. And I'm just,
obviously you don't, because your response was not playful at all.
No, it wasn't. It was like, go fuck yourself.
It was actually very condescending.
Yeah, I don't have time for stupidity. Especially when it comes to, like,
Yeah, but if in fact maybe it was done in playfulness, then that wouldn't be stupidity. That would actually be a kind of like a pretty funny thing.
But we've talked about this before. We've seen people cringe at the sound of me calling you a Mexican.
I think because you said dumb Mexican.
Well, that's just an adjective.
In which case, yeah,
it's just
dumb,
an adjective.
That's my thing. Where even if you said that stupid fucking Mexican,
yeah.
If you were to say that stupid fucking person,
No
it wouldn't
one
even.
cares.
Nobody would care.
No.
But so it is the Mexican
Yeah.
that makes it distasteful.
Yeah, because
to
if I
people.
said, look at this stupid Mick, no one cares.
Right. See, that's a very interesting thing, because I get what you're saying, right? But also,
It's hard to swallow when I'm white and making sense. Like, this white man's just trying to dupe me.
no, stupid. No, I don't care about that. It's when you bring the N-word into it and try to make a comparison with it that ruin.
Well,
people,
I was saying,
people tune out as soon as you say that.
I know.
People are like, well, that confirms it.
Well, what I'm
Click.
saying, what I'm saying is, like, there's this idea, if you say the N-word around a person of African American, you're gonna get beat up, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like the trope out there, If a
Sure.
white guy says it out of nowhere, 50, there's jokes like this all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Tom Segura's got a joke about a midget saying the N-word. And he's like, "Listen, they might hear you, and I'm not going to fight for you," or something like, what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's funny.
yeah, it's a stupid joke, but so that's the trope that if you say this, you're going to get beat up. And what I'm saying is, if you try to cancel me, I'm going to fight. I'm not going to take it down.
But it seems more like pent up shit on your part, because it really wasn't that like.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But you have to at least admit that,
yeah,
right?
I can acknowledge that, but that's also just how I am, and like like I see people say stupid things.
You mean you've seen instances where somebody made a dumb joke and then they got their career taken away from them or something like that?
Dude, I've heard stories at the Creek that one time, like well, there's definitely people getting there's like that guy who got the $100,000 because he got banned from AOL. What was it, AOL or the Improv? Remember that guy? Like all these girls are like that. Maybe we're going down a different route because that's like a sexual assault thing. There's cancel culture is a real thing,
right? And
cancel culture seems to target two types of people: people who sexually misbehave or people who have racist ideology. Those are their targets,
right?
And there's no legal process for canceling people. It's just like
it just happens.
Just fucking get them,
yeah,
and that's it.
It's like a what do they call it? A mob mentality kind of thing?
So
right.
It is dangerous in today's world, what I'm saying, to call especially a white man, a racist, because it's so easy to. It's so like, it's prejudice in itself. They're like, well, it makes sense. He's a white and he's man. He's American.
He's a white. He's a white. I like that. I'm gonna start using it. I don't know about that guy. He's a white. I don't know about these whites.
Yeah, this is next. Like I'm friends with a lot of the whites.
Yeah, but that's funny if you say, but these browns. Well, black sounds very bad.
Why didn't?
But for some reason, browns doesn't sound as bad. Didn't
the president say when he was running, like, I'm friends with a lot of the blacks? He said like I think.
He did.
I think he did. Like I know a lot of the blacks.
I think that's bad, only because it shows that you haven't been around black people in a while.
Yeah,
you're saying it that way, yeah. So it automatically puts you as a liar.
Yeah.
And insensitive, I guess. But insensitive, that's another thing.
Insensitive's easy to accuse somebody too. You could just be ignorant. You know what I mean? It's a very fine line between insensitive and being ignorant. People misspeak all the time just because they don't know any better.
Yeah.
Like children do it. People just look at you like just because you're a grown person, they expect you to know everything about world and culture. You could just lived a very sheltered, isolated life.
Yeah, that's true. But I think what we can take away from this is that you definitely overreacted.
Okay.
And you weren't even funny about it. I would have said something.
I was sarcastic.
Funny.
I was sarcastic. Well, I wanted to say I was going to end it.
Is not that funny.
I was going to end it with like, what they call those people. What they call people from there, right? And I was going to put stupid. That would have been funnier. It would have been funnier, but that was like, I thought that might make me seem more like a racist.
No, because then that's an obvious joke.
Yeah.
But
I just wanted to squash anybody reading this. Be like, did he call him a Mexican? And then be like, yeah, he must be a racist. I'm not going to let anybody call me a racist. I'm not. All right. I live a very isolated. I'm a loner, antisocial prick as it is. I don't need to be canceled on top of it. You know what I mean?
I know. What the fuck? And I was only saying that because that could affect me. Like, why are you hanging out with this racist? I don't know. I didn't know. I swear to God.
I was unaware at the time of his beliefs or political opinions.
I do not endorse the views.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, it's weird. It's like, I don't know. Did you have to read the Scarlet Letter in high school or junior high?
No. I went to a fucking awful fucking school.
Well, you know what it's about, right? Like the plot.
I know that the Scarlet Letter means they used to have to sew a letter on you that meant you committed adultery.
Yeah, but then she basically is like canceled, and she lives in a really small community.
Oh, the first cancel.
What happens is she gets pregnant, right?
Sure.
And her husband's been away, and everyone's like, "How are you pregnant if your husband's away?" And then she's and since everyone knows there's no way this is your husband's child.
Yeah.
That you're obviously sleeping with somebody, and she's in the book she's sleeping with like the priest or something like that, right? Yeah, and then she's persecuted by the community for being an adulteress because it's a puritanical society. It's like it's like pilgrims and shit, So she refuses to give up to betray her lover, and then she has to wear this A, and she's canceled.
Mm.
and she has to go through this trial and tribulation. And then towards the end, she starts to, like wearing it like a badge of honor because she endures, people's pettiness and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of a terrible story. It sounds so so sad.
Yeah, but it's a good example of, first of all, why you shouldn't be like canceling people. You know what I mean? It doesn't solve any. Like, who are you to judge? First of all,
my only thing with that is, like, I don't know if you remember, like, about 2 years ago or a year ago, maybe, there was a guy in Manhattan who was a lawyer, and they caught him on video going off at I forgot what it was. One of these, like, maybe it was one of these vegetarian restaurants or whatever. But the point is, there was a lot of Mexicans there, right? And I guess he didn't like that they were speaking Spanish. And, like, there's a video of him just going like, "You speak English in this country."
Yeah.
So that guy,
I've seen that video many a times. That's a trope.
With popcorn and like, that's right.
That's right.
I wish somebody else would say it. Your fucking soda. I have to say it on my screen.
I feel like it was a woman, though. I don't know why, but go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. I've heard this story.
I'm sure it's your screensaver. It's him just pointing at Mexicans.
I got it tattooed on my back.
Yeah, dude. But see, that's the thing. This dude, like, they fired him,
or
no, or maybe he had his own practice, but they boycotted him, and he lost business. Probably got fired or whatever.
Yeah.
And my thing was that, like, yeah, I think that's counterproductive.
It is,
because now this dude is going home, right? And he's not, after being fired from that, he's not gonna go home to his wife and go like, I guess I really learned my lesson now that they took away everything that I that I have.
My life.
Yeah, it's now that's just reinforcing it. He's like, I knew it. This is what those fucking Mexicans did to me. Now
he really hates.
Now
them.
he really hates them, and he's probably
trying to build that wall.
Yeah, he's probably down there contracting.
Dude, my whole thing is like this. Justice is dispensed by the government. It's not dispensed by the people. You can't have, like, if you have a conflict with your neighbor, you take it before the judge and let him determine what is right and wrong. You don't just go to war. You know what I mean? That's not how civilized people.
Is that the process you went through before you almost got in a fight with those 2 Dominicans?
Fuck. It was 3, first of all. 3 Dominicans. Shit. Yeah.
And they would have probably beat you within an inch of your life.
No, that's not what happened. This big Irishman fucking tackled me.
Oh, yeah.
And said, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Oh, you had an Irish accent too?
Oh, it was thick Irish accent. And he had like the fucked up ears, like he likes to fight. Like,
but see, oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
shit.
like, he's like, "You're gonna get fucking arrested."
You know what that was too?
What?
That was him like, dude, you're white, I'm white.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to jump in, bro. Don't put me in that position.
I don't know. He just like, he was just trying to tell me like, you don't want to be doing. He's like, you'll get arrested. That's what he kept saying. You'll get fucking arrested. For what?
Yeah. He's probably been in a couple of scuffles in his life.
Oh yeah, he had. And he was telling me like he had me. I was like a baby in his arms. It was ridiculous. He was like, every once in a while the fire would turn up in his eyes. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and
no,
his grip on me would just tighten like a fucking python.
Fuck, dude.
I was like, okay, I won't fight. But he swung at me first, and
Oh shit, dude. That's fucking scary.
Can't let that slide.
Just being held by a giant man.
He wasn't giant. He was definitely like 2 inches taller than me, but at least 40 to 50 pounds bigger than me.
Well, because I mean, like the initial thought when somebody just wraps you up, like the first thing that would go through my head is like, fuck.
I thought I was arrested first. I thought it was a cop.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I was like, fuck, they got me.
See, I would have thought one of their friends just caught me off guard.
No, I kept their friends in my eye. I wouldn't let, there's 3 of them. I wasn't going to let any of them get behind me. That's why I was against the ledge.
Yeah.
I tell you this story, like he got at least 3 hits on me, but right before the guy grabbed me, I was going for his shirt, and I was trying to like do the old hockey move, like pull his shirt over his head.
Yeah.
And then just gonna wail on him, and I was gonna throw him in the tracks, and then in case his friends come at me, because then I only have to worry about 2 of them.
So I do recall you
yeah.
last Sunday saying murder's off the table. A week later, you're going, so when I would throw him into a fucking train tracks.
Well, that was just, because I can't fight 3. I mean, you got to take 1 out to fight, increase the odds of success against 2.
Oh, dude, I totally feel you. I mean, first thing is like I'd be like, all right, I bite a guy's throat off, and then I'll deal with whatever happens, with whatever's But that first guy has got to suffer dearly.
Yeah, I remember my boss.
I would get fucked up so bad.
My boss, who was a Marine, told me what you don't want to kill the enemy is you want to wound the enemy, because when you wound the enemy, two guys got to help that guy. That means you're taking 2 guys out of the fight instead of 1.
Oh yeah. Well, I think everybody does that.
That's why like mines are usually meant to maim instead of kill.
Mimes?
Landmines. They're usually meant to maim instead of kill.
I think they're just made to incapacitate you.
Yeah, like fuck you up big time.
Yeah.
Plus, it's demoralizing to see that for the troop.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've heard stories about especially snipers.
Oof.
I mean, but I guess that's why I meant. But when everybody does that, is because I remember people talking about it like in World War II. The Germans would do that, but they would also do that in Iraq and Afghanistan. Like they would hit somebody, and then if he was laying there, and he was like, "Why kill him when we know somebody else is gonna go get him?"
Dude, the Russians, I don't know if they did this intentionally or not.
Yes, dude. I don't even know the story, but trust me, it's so cold up there, dude.
What they did in Afghanistan. What they did in Afghanistan is they created landmines that looked like toys, and the kids are picking them up.
Oh Jesus! Pat, that's definitely premeditated. Like, we need to stop putting these Tonka trucks on top of the landmines. I don't think kids are getting the wrong impression.
It's terrible.
Oh, and now here we are, man.
You don't pay attention to what's going on over there anymore, do you?
Where?
Over there, or even the news.
Over there. No, I don't, man. I don't, except for the whole Syria thing.
So yeah, you want to talk? Can we talk about that?
Where they're trying to pull the troops out.
They're
and all these war hawk fucking
the liberals
news are look at what Trump's doing to the Syrians.
The liberal media is mad that the president's pulling troops out of a country that Congress didn't give him permission. Well, first of all, he didn't put them in there. Obama did, right? Obama put Marines in Syria, like without the Syria. Like Syria wasn't like, hey, America, can you put some Marines? So we basically invaded a country, right?
Yeah.
Without Congress getting involved at all, without the American people getting involved at all, and he's pulling troops out, and everyone's like, can you believe this son of a bitch?
Yeah, because I'm starting to see like like with everything else, I'm down the middle. Like I'm not liberal conservative. But I could definitely straight up fucking Marxist, Marxist socialist. No, but I could see like the headlines because I follow these independent news things, but I try to follow both left and right. And I sort of got, if you go down the middle of like the Syrian thing, one is talking about, look, Trump's trying to get us out of wars, and the other ones are like, look, man, those Syrians out there, they're getting left hanging dry, man, and it's fucking brutal that we're doing this. So it's like the same news is being like
different narrative.
It's different narrative, and it's being sugarcoated. And I don't think it's either one way or the other. It's never that black and white.
It's all narrative now. It's no longer about the facts. It's like what facts or what supposed facts can you build a story with and then sell the American people? Yeah. That's all the news does now, is just selling stories. Yeah, it's news stories. It's not facts, Yeah,
dude. I mean, it's all about money.
Yeah,
that's why I have.
It's the entertainment business.
Yeah, the past few months I stopped like looking into politics as much as I used to, because it's like the narrative, it's so obvious that they're trying to get you to either like Trump or they're trying to get you to hate him. And it's like, can we just fucking stop getting in debt and stop bombing fucking people for a second, for like 2 months at least?
Dude, I still don't understand. I saw this guy on MSNBC, and he was saying like, oh, the president is pulling troops out of Syria, but he's also at the same time bringing more troops to Saudi Arabia because of the attacks by Iran. I was like, wait, there's proof that Iran had those attacks? Like, where's that's over? That's settled.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw that.
Like, I was like, I would love to question you. Like, why is it like we have to just? That's the thing about the news. Is like they say things like that, and it's like, yeah, that's just it. There's no question. There's no one there with critical thought being like, wait a minute, you said these attacks by Iran. Where's the evidence of that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one pushes back. It's just like, yeah, that's right. Those attacks by Iran.
Yeah, and if you say it long enough, eventually
people
believe it. They're like, well, everybody's saying it, so what the fuck?
It's like we learned nothing about the lead up to Iraq. Well, weapons of mass destruction. Well, weapons of mass destruction. WMDs.
Yeah, and fucking soldiers, what the fuck are soldiers? See that, and that's another thing. Warriors are gonna be warriors, dude. Yeah. Right now there's 18, 20-year-olds going
biting at the shit.
Yeah, they're like, whoever, dude, just tell me where to go.
At it.
Yeah. So the military, I never like take their opinions too much to heart when they're like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it, because it's like I was that already.
That's why it's a civilian-run military. That's why it's important that the civilian government runs the military.
Yeah.
Because if it was a dictatorship or like a junta, they just like it's like we were talking about Jocko once. Like, remember he's like everything's war. Well, yeah, when you're a hammer, everything's a nail.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
No, and that's how soldiers are gonna treat this.
They're should die.
No, but we have just a couple of more minutes. Should probably close out pretty soon.
Yeah, we did the gambit of racism and the war, and no one's happy about any of this.
No, I know, dude. Especially me. Fucking. Oh, it'd be so good to just go down to the creek right now and just
drink a beer.
But I can't.
Yeah, I just go to the corner.
I got 2 more days.
Dude, you know how I was like, I'm glad you were sober, because I would have felt like I was thinking about going to the bar last night and cracking a fucking Pabst and just drinking and watching the Yankee game, but I was like, I can't just do that in front of this dude. Like,
oh, dude, you should have done it.
No, because then I was like, then he's like stronger than I am, and I'm like, no, fuck that
shit. Had nothing to do with my well-being. Oh, that's funny. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Part of me knows that if you had, I would have looked down on you. It would have actually strengthened my resolve to keep going.
You would have looked down at me because you would have been like, is that a Pabst? I can smell it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely would have been able to smell it too. But yeah, it's nice.
Anyway,
it's gonna be nice next time. I won't be sober. Matter of fact, I might come in drunk.
All right. I was gonna say, you can do that. You're definitely a lot more fun to hang out with. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you don't think I know this? Fucking,
you didn't even take your backpack off last night.
I mean, creepier than usual. Man.
You went everywhere with your backpack. There's nothing in there.
Yeah, my sweater, my water, fucking
your
notebook.
Sweater, your water, and your notebook.
Yeah. And like 5 lighters, because I keep leaving them at home, so I just throw them in the bag now.
All right.
But yeah, dude, it definitely. I don't feel like I don't feel pleasant around people. Not around people, or like I can't go to the creek and
not drink,
not go up or not drink.
Yeah, I know.
It's like I was just going because I was in the house all day.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to run because I was like, I want to have a drink.
Yeah.
And then after the run, I was like, I need to get out of the fucking apartment for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's why I went. And I was like, yeah, it'll get me out. It's not that bad.
I wanted to watch the game without fucking with the internet. And I was hoping that other people, I like being around Yankee fans. And I was hoping to be some. But in the back of my mind, I was also like, maybe I can score some weed. That's all I was saying. Like, maybe someone will pull out a blunt or something,
that's why I almost did acid last night.
Fuck, dude. If you would have, you looked at me like, you want to do it? And I was like, oh no. Seriously, I was so scared. You like because you had this like fuck it kind of like.
Oh yeah, dude. I was so sober. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Let's do some acid right now.
Fuck, dude. You know what?
But then I when I looked at my watch, I was like, it's 10:30.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't want to be up at 3.
That's
like,
what he's like. 6 hours. I'm like, I
Looking
can't
at-
be tripping until fucking 2 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
and go to church in the morning. Like, I don't even know how this is gonna
lay
hit me.
down.
And I'm in the creek in the cave with people who hate me and don't even want to look me in the eye.
I don't want to watch the subway melt into me as I'm going back home.
Yeah, I want to be home. I want to be in I need to be in the right headspace, and the creek in the cave is not.
I would have totally done it, man, but it was too late. If it had been like 7, I'd be like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it.
Because you could leave.
Yeah.
You could just get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Maybe not fall over.
All right. What do you got
But
in there? You got any
next
notes
time,
or anything you want to talk about?
No, we don't have that much time anyway, dude. And I don't like to make these too long anymore because...
you don't want to watch them.
Well, sometimes I get too zeroed in on a clip and I fuck with it so much and I spend a whole day on it and I'm like, that was pretty stupid. I just wasted a lot of time trying to do a close-up just so it looks a little professional. But I think from now on, I'm going to see if I could just upload the whole fucking thing.
I don't think we should ever do these things sober in any way whatsoever.
I know. This is never going to happen again.
I'm surprised we even had a conversation.
From now on, I'm doing 30 days sober, 5 days at a time. Like the weekends I gotta get fucked up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm gonna kill somebody.
Just a little something.
Yeah, dude.
It doesn't have to be beer. I prefer to get high.
I can't think when I'm high, man.
So you drink, I'll get high, and we'll figure it out from there, or we'll mix and match.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be like
You
a
get lit-
yin yang.
You drink one beer, I take one hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be nice. But I guess that's it for the podcast today.
Yeah.
Sorry about the last one. It's gonna look like shit, but I think it's gonna look better once I just throw the whole thing up there and stop fucking trying to be a fucking what do they call it? Oscar-winning editor.
Hey man, you gotta practice. You gotta play like you practice.
Yeah. All right. Well,